Hi there, I'm Scott Lowe with ActualTech Media. I'm here today with Gordon Van Huizen, who is the Vice President of Platform Strategy for Mendix. Hi.
Hi, Scott.
So you've heard of the cloud?
I have heard of the cloud.
So I hear Mendix does some things with the cloud as regard to enterprise IT applications. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the Mendix platform has been cloud native for a long, long time. And one of the things that you find when you've been in the market with a cloud-based platform for that long is that organizations still demand a lot of control over how they deploy their apps. Either they want to have the flexibility, or based upon their industry or other requirements, they have to have the flexibility to deploy where and how they want to. Mm-hmm. And the cloud is almost antithetical to that, or it seems that way on the surface. So, we're familiar with the Amazon cloud, we're familiar with Azure, but organizations want to be able to, deploy in the way that suits them. Mm-hmm. So we've invested in a new form of cloud infrastructure behind our product that allows our customers to deploy on virtually any cloud infrastructure they want, or on premise using exactly the same server technology. So they build using the Mendix platform, using the Mendix portal, and then based upon how their particular instance is configured, they can deploy into AWS, they can deploy into Azure, they can deploy on virtually anything, or they can deploy on premise. So we do that through a couple of very popular and important technologies. One is Cloud Foundry, and the other is Docker. Mm-hmm. So Cloud Foundry, obviously very broadly leveraged throughout the industry. We augment that with a server architecture that supports horizontal scalability, fault tolerance, etc. And for environments where Cloud Foundry isn't part of the stack, we can deploy on Docker containers, and of course we can deploy on directly on virtual machines, if it comes to that.
So as an enterprise IT operations person, what do I have to build out to support a Mendix developed application or an application developed in Mendix, either in the cloud or on premises?
Yeah, so very little depending upon where and how you're deploying. So the Mendix cloud, obviously, there's nothing to do.
Right.
On Cloud Foundry environments, you get a lot of the benefits of the Mendix cloud without doing any additional work. And then if you want to deploy on Docker, because Docker isn't as full-featured as Cloud Foundry, there are some additional things that you may want to do. But some organizations actually like that flexibility. So we're associated, because of our rapid development approach and our model-based development approach, with rapid productivity. Quite often that's perceived as being at odds with high control. So we actually allow IT organizations to have a great deal of control over how the server side of the platform is deployed, and we shield the developer from that. So from the developer's perspective, they still get one-click deployment, mm-hmm. But they may be deploying on-prem, they may be deploying in Azure, they may be deploying in Amazon, they might be deploying in our cloud.
So you can support pretty much any enterprise need. They might want to have an infrastructure that doesn't do anything, so they deploy into the Mendix cloud. Correct. Or to Amazon or something.
Correct.
Or they could run the whole thing locally.
Absolutely.
The application can just communicate with local infrastructure, even based on Docker or VMs.
Absolutely. Yeah,
cool.
and so one of the drivers for that quite often is in regulated industries where data needs to be kept local to a given geography. So that's one of the drivers for that flexibility. Another is that although the public cloud is actually a very, very secure thing, and I think most people that are familiar with public cloud technology, when it's done right, would understand that it's at least as secure as deploying on-prem.
Yeah.
However, there are sometimes regulatory requirements or a strong enterprise desire to have a greater degree of isolation than that. So we support virtual private clouds where running in a public cloud infrastructure environment, you can still have your own instance of Mendix that's completely under your own control and isolated from all other instances.
Very good. Gordon, thank you very much.
Certainly, my pleasure.